and welcome to the Lifestyle Refresh podcast. I'm Stephanie, and I'm so excited to have you here. This is a space where we explore what it really means to live a balanced, healthy, and fulfilled life through fitness, mindfulness, resilience, and everything in between. I created this podcast to share with you my journey, all the ups and downs, and the lessons I've learned along the way. My hope is that it inspires you to show up for yourself no matter where you're starting from. Each episode will dive into topics that will help you refresh your mindset, habits, and lifestyle so that you can step into the best version of yourself. I'm so glad you're here to join me on this journey. Let's get into it. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Lifestyle Refresh podcast. I'm so happy to be here with you today, especially after last week's guided meditation, which was such a shift from my usual episodes. I got a lot of love on that one, so thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. And if you haven't listened yet, I definitely recommend giving yourself that gift of stillness and presence. But today, I want to talk about something that is truly the foundation of everything I teach, coach, and live by. It's the mindset. And whether you're working towards an alcohol-free living, and no matter what, whether you're working towards building a more balanced routine, maybe alcohol-free living, or just navigating burnout, or trying to get yourself just to be more mindful. The way you think about yourself and your life shapes how you move through it. So it's best to be intentional with it. And I believe that. I believe that the mindset is the most powerful tool we have to use, but it's also the most overlooked tool. People are so quick to ask, what should I eat? How should I exercise? What supplements should I take? And don't get me wrong, all of those things do matter. But if your thoughts are still full of shame or that all or nothing pressure or any limiting beliefs, you'll stay stuck. No matter how healthy you try to be, you'll still stay stuck. So it's not really about the how or what or the why. It's reframing those thoughts. And I've seen it so much with clients. They want to feel better, but their inner dialogue is telling them, you're not disciplined enough. You failed before. That change just doesn't work for you, maybe. All of those are limiting thoughts and beliefs. And that's where the shift needs to happen. So it's not about forcing yourself into action. It's about gently reframing how you speak to yourself. This is one of the tools I always tend to come back to in my coaching too. And even in parenting. I feel like this parenting has actually helped me work on this because my kids require a lot of reframing and redirecting in that manner. But reframing is such a crucial tool to use. And it's all about looking at that same situation that you're in, but with a different lens. It's about asking yourself, what else could be true here? You know, so if you have the thought instead of, ugh, I failed again, learn to retrain that. So I always just like to, when I notice a negative comment, thought, or phrase that I say to myself, whether in my head, out loud, whatever it may be, first, you got to acknowledge it. So you have to be more aware of it and call it out. And then challenge that. So learn to shift, I just said I failed again. How can I rephrase that? Change that into I'm learning what doesn't work for me. It gets easier the more you get into it. It's the repetition of these thoughts is what really makes it stick and becomes second nature. So instead of even, I have to work out, we all have that, I have to work out, it becomes, I get to move my body in a way that supports me. And listen, this doesn't mean toxic positivity, right? You're not trying to force or fake that or even ignore your hard emotions because they're real. You want to acknowledge them. But it's more about holding space for the truth, for your truth. And then choosing the thought that empowers you more. So more shifting that thought to something that instead of makes you feel defeated, something that lifts you up, something that ignites you, makes you feel empowered. So even more practice, right? What are some other common phrases we say to ourselves? I'm behind. If you're always late or you're running behind on tasks, you're not at the level that you thought you should be at. Stop that. Shift it. Instead, start saying, I'm exactly where I need to be to learn what's next. It's these little shifts, though. I can't do this. Turn that into, I'm allowed to try again with new support this time. And I promise, because it's there, those thoughts aren't going to come naturally to you off the bat. I mean, think about some thoughts that you have consistently. I'm sure, honestly, 9 times out of 10 with most of us, those reoccurring and persistent thoughts tend to be negative ones. But think about something specific that you can, off the top of your head right now, that you know is a consistent patterned thought that you can't escape from. It keeps coming back. You can't escape it. And why? Because it has become this habit. It's a thought habit, pretty much. So something in your life could even trigger that thought, that you've been there before, you've been in this situation, and automatically sparks that negative thought. So doing the work opposite of that, mirroring that, because the thoughts are always going to come. They're constantly coming. So it's more bringing that awareness to your thoughts. And then when you notice negative thoughts, reframe that. And the more you practice and do that, it's the same way as that negative thought that you can't escape from. It'll get easier and easier. It will become second nature. You won't have to force it over time. Because these thoughts are the neurotransmitter in our brain. So the more you keep reframing back, you're just deepening that engravement of that thought, that more positive thought that we want to have into your brain. So don't give up. Because reframing really helps us return to choice. And choice is where our power lives. And this is why mindful living is such a core pillar of my coaching and my brand. Everything I live by. Because when you live more mindfully, you start to respond to life instead of just reacting. You become more tuned into what your body and what your mind really need. You start actually catching those old habits before you spiral. And then you build a life that reflects who you are now, not who you used to be or what others expect you to be. Who you are presently in your body, mind, and spirit today. I'm all about meeting people where they're at because I think we all have different past lives, situations, challenges through. We're not all the same. So you have to give yourself grace and meet yourself where you are. But keep growing and keep pushing yourself. Challenge those thoughts. And keep practicing, because that's the point of it too. It is a practice. It doesn't have to be a part of your everyday perfect routine, because we're dropping that all or nothing thinking. Bringing this practice into your life doesn't have to become a new obsession. It doesn't have to be perfect. You're learning as you go. And that's how you grow. But for me, mindfulness has looked in different ways because I can't commit to the same mindfulness practice every day. I'm a busy mom. I have a busy life. So I have to do what works for me. And I have many different practices I turn to when I feel called to do so. But it can look like journaling. Journaling instead of spiraling. Organize your thoughts. Collect them. Get them together. Reflect. And that will help you get a better idea of what you're working with in your head. Get those words actually out on paper. And then try to reframe that. Reframe those thoughts and those things that come up in your journaling. Practice. Write it out. And keep saying it. Keep practicing. Breathe. Breathing instead of numbing. When I need to calm down, when I need to reflect, or a moment for me, I practice breathing. Breathing is such an amazing tool. And when you're sitting and breathing, it gives you that peace, that moment of clarity to really listen to those thoughts, collect them in that way, and challenge and reframe them. That pausing instead of pushing through. You need to take that moment to pause and reflect and reframe. But over time, it begins to build this steady ground something that I could actually build from, no matter what season I'm in. And it doesn't change. Now it's a practice. I'm always trying to learn. I'm always trying to grow. I'm always trying to attract and manifest new things into my life. Right now, I'm trying to promote and push my coaching business. I really want to help others find the tools that work for them to learn and grow. Just be a better person, inside and out. Not just actually acting like one, but feeling like one. Feeling that peace, that clarity. We all deserve that. So I'm really trying to put myself out there more and find people. So that's my thing. So this is what I've been sitting with lately. And I've been constantly running these phrases through my brain, through my head to myself. So when I sit in my sauna time, I love my sauna time. So when I'm sitting there, I'm just constantly running through my little spiel that I got going for right now. Think of what matters most to you. Think of what you're trying to call into your life, what you're trying to bring in. For me, it's new clients. So what am I saying? People who need me are finding me. They are filling my schedule, and they are giving me purpose. That's it. Simple line. I believe it. I know it's true. I know they're out there. But those negative thoughts that keep those roadblocks, that keep getting in my way, that keep telling me, but they're not. Maybe I'm not good enough. Maybe I can't find them. Maybe I won't make this work. No. I know the people who need me are finding me. They are. They are actively reaching out to me, booking with me, filling my schedule, and giving me purpose. And that's that. That's my reframed thought. Yes, it's just as easy as that, but again, it is a practice. So it's something that the more you do, the more you bring it into your life and you utilize these tools, the more benefits you reap from it. It's all the truth. So, if you're in a season where you feel overwhelmed, out of alignment, or just unsure about your next step, I want you to just start with your thoughts, not with a crash course or a perfect plan. Just start by being curious. Be kind. I want you to catch one negative thought that you have this week and ask yourself, what else might be true? And just build from there. This is the work I do every day with myself and with the women I coach. So if this episode spoke to you, I'd love for you to share it. Share it with someone who needs it, or just tag me on Instagram at lifestyle.refresh so I can cheer you on. And if you're ready to go deeper into this kind of mindset work, those reframing thoughts, and maybe some lifestyle resets, reach out. My coaching spots are officially open, and I'd love to support you. Until next time, take care of your thoughts, and they'll take care of you.